Listo.
Y ahora sí, estamos en entrevista con Black Midi. Tenemos aquí nada más y nada menos que el guitarrista Geordie. Geordie, welcome to La Hora de la Bestia in Mexico City. How are you, man?
Not too bad, man. Thanks for having me, man.
You look like you're cold. I mean, your jacket is like really.
Yeah, it's pretty cold in this room, man. It's goddamn air conditioning, so it's nice soft material. I like it.
Where are you now, Geordie?
Follow me. I'm in New York City. We played till last night, and now I'm just chilling.
You played Central Park last night, right?
Yeah.
How was it? How is playing a free gig in Central Park on Sunday night?
Se trabó.
We are losing. Oh, there
Okay.
you are.
What was that you said, man?
How was it? How was the show last night?
It was terrific. It was really good. Good crowd. You know, mixture young people, old people, crazy people, normal people, and it was a nice stage setup and everything. And it's good to play somewhere where you know it's a household name. Whatever you say to someone, playing Central Park, they're like, "What? That's pretty cool." Even if you're just playing in, you know, the little coffee shop in Central Park or something, it still has a nice ring to it, playing in Central Park.
You know, you're doing something like, you're not doing pop music, you're not doing music for the radio, you're not doing easy listening music, but you're still like a really big band and you're playing Central Park, you're playing huge festivals. Did you ever think that was going to happen with the music you're doing?
Yeah, to be honest, from the beginning, the goal was to make as much money as possible from it. Obviously, you want to make the music you want to be making, but the goal was to also, you know, not limit yourselves in terms of, why shouldn't we aspire to do this or that? So, obviously, it's like, you know, you don't want to say that, oh yeah, you know, the whole time I knew. But it's like, why else would you be doing it than not to get, to be successful? So, yeah.
Great. And how's the workflow of the band? Because you guys are releasing a lot of music and playing a lot. It's hard. You guys make songs on the road. How is the workflow of the band?
To be honest, it's often the thing of it's hard to finish songs completely when when the previous albums have not yet been released. So, for example, with the second album, we'd finished it, recorded it and everything, but it was hard to get started on any new music until it was released. So once it was, all the songs for the third album, which has just come out, were written and recorded and everything really, really quickly. But then, you know, in the boring months of preparation to release it, you know, it takes ages. It's hard to finish off, you know, those songs. So we've had, you know, I've got loads of those half-finished songs that only since last week, now that the third album is released, I've finished them all. So there's quite a big chunk of new songs now. I'd say about 25, 30. And we're just looking for an opportunity to record them really, and then that's that. Another album is done.
And actually, things were like really weird for Black Midi in the sense that you guys released your first album and then pandemic started. Actually, I heard the first time Black Midi for the first time during in the middle of pandemic. We were in lockdown, and you guys released your first your first record. How was that? Like, you guys only put out your debut album and then you go into lockdown.
And you also canceled your show in Mexico City.
You canceled the show in Mexico City, which was
sad.
Was very sad for us.
That was so close to happening. We were almost about to go to South American tour, in Brazil and Chile, Colombia, and Mexico. But it was just on the cusp of coronavirus. Back then I thought, nah, this is another 2 weeks, man. And then 2 years later, this is what happens, yeah. But I mean, it was good, to be honest, because at the time when coronavirus came, the band was in a terrible position. It wasn't really working anymore. We didn't really like each other at all. And you know, time to just relax and, you know, happy to show them already the group touring. We probably would have never released any more albums and just finished the band last year or something.
And well, now that we said that you canceled the show in Mexico City and we were all really sad and disappointed, it wasn't, of course, your fault. But is it being reprogrammed? Are you coming to Mexico City? Oh, yeah, to the festival. No, stupid question. Next one. Are you excited to come to Mexico City for the first time after it got canceled last time?
What's that, sorry?
No.
Come after what?
After you canceled the last show.
Oh. Yeah. I can't wait. I think it's going to be brilliant. I've never been to Mexico, never been to South America at all. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's wild.
Well, I've been to South America once because Mexico is North America, but
still on the north.
Pardon me. I've never been to Central America, you know, wherever. I've never been
to Latin America.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm from South America, and it's the same.
Again, 1 second.
Okay, we are there. We were having some connection problems, but can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Back there?
No, you're back because we are having some connection.
I'm back now.
Bueno, tenemos problemas de conexión, pero pueden sacar todo de contexto.
Exactly.
Okay. Pero bueno, aquí está, ahí estás otra vez. No sé si está congelado o si es un...
Can you hear us, Geordie?
Back now is the thing.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
I'm back now. I can hear you guys all again now.
Yeah, perfect. So let's continue.
What are you looking forward to when you're your first visit to Mexico? Have you heard of something in the city? Do you have your stomach medicine prepared? What have you heard of Mexico? The crowd, the country? Have you heard anything from fellow bands?
A guy we work with called Sergio. He's from. Pardon me. A guy we work with called Sergio. He's from Uruguay, and he says when he goes to Mexico, he's always talking about this thing. What's it called? The mezcal drink they drink slowly, and then also the one where you have
mezcal
insect.
Yeah.
Something. What's it called?
Mezcal.
Or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, mezcal is lovely. I love him.
Yeah, mezcal. But then also there's one drink where you have like a kind of
tequila. Well, actually, mezcal also have a.
Hello.
No, mezcal is the drink with the worm in it.
Yeah.
And tequila, it's another very famous Mexican drink made of agave, which is the same plant, but they have different processes.
But they have a worm too, sometimes.
I've never seen a tequila with a worm.
I see it.
but Mario sees worms after too much tequila.
I'm a good drinker.
We'll definitely take you to drink some mezcal for sure here in Mexico City.
Guys can be drinking. That's fine by me. But yeah, sounds good. Micheladas or something.
Michelada, yeah, but
wow.
Michelada is another great thing that you have to do here for sure. It's it's beer with. Well, we Mexicans put chile in everything.
It's
basically.
like a soup.
We put chile into sushi. We put chile into candy, and of course we put chile into beer as well. So that's basically a michelada.
Yeah,
it's a beer with salsa.
Okay, wonderful.
I'm excited to see you try that. Try everything. Just don't drink the water when you're here.
Oh yeah, well, I get kidney stones or something.
Yeah.
No, it's the same. The world sucks everywhere, so the water sucks everywhere. Just different worms.
But going back to the writing process, when you write songs, writing 4-chord songs is a really easy process. You just do like bass, and then you go from there, just 4 chords. But a Black Midi song, it sounds like
A lot
really
of work.
hard to
Sounds
write.
like a difficult song to write.
Yeah, so how do you do it? Do you jam and then you think this is awesome, or do you actually write it down? Or how do you write a Black Midi song? That intrigues me.
That is a good question.
I mean, it's not the most crazy formula or technique or anything. It's usually, especially with the more recent material, just traditional songwriting, you know, just, you know, sitting at the guitar, the piano, and putting together chord sequences, and then having one section and thinking, okay, how can I have another section, building up your song that way, and often by design going for stuff that's more kind of oxymoronic or whatever, having two sections that don't necessarily fit together and making them fit together, having kind of pastiches of different musical styles. And then usually, yeah, just trying to make that's the instrumental, just doing that sort of thing and getting different sections until you have something quite exciting, but still, you know, to the point, is astute, whatever, you know. But yeah, and then the lyrics are separate to that. Just write the lyrics, you know, as and when, and then put them together with the.
That is great.
Great.
Well, I think that, this is a thing that happens to me when I listen to new music. That there are certain bands that feel like they are a genre on themselves. Do you think like, because when I hear Black Midi, it's like, this is clearly Black Midi, you know?
It
It's
sounds like nothing else.
It sounds like nothing else. And there are plenty of great bands, and you could say like, oh, this band is punk, and this other band is post-punk, and this other band is, you know, more alternative or grungy. But when I listen to Black Midi, I hear like a genre on itself. Do you think this is something that is happening? Like when people hear a Black Midi song, will immediately say like, oh, this is definitely Black Midi. I don't know if it's punk or what is this, but it's definitely Black Midi.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the goal, isn't it? You want to have, you know, be making music that's unique enough, or kind of, unique enough that it's recognizable for its own kind of natural characteristics. You want something that's specific, not something that's kind of dirgy, you know, boring stuff. You don't want it to be just mediocre or generic. You don't want it to be generic. You want it to have its own character and its own kind of identifying feature.
And you guys have it clear since the beginning. I mean, the sound of the band.
No, not really. The whole idea is that it's always kind of trying to evolve and always trying to change it. I'm still not really satisfied with how the band has been going so far. The next album is, you know, every album is kind of, you hope to be where it kind of falls into place. And it kind of does to a degree, but there's also, every time you step back, you see so many issues with it still. So I think there's still a long way to go with it.
And Geordie, what is different now with Hellfire as compared to Cavalcade? What would you say is different? And do you have like any favorite track?
I don't know. I think it's a bit silly to say my own favorite track is a bit vain, isn't it? But in terms of what's different, it's more just a refinement of the second album to the third album. It's the same sort of method of songwriting, the same sort of approach. You know, the themes and stuff, but just a lot more refined, you know, and just better executed, and more, you know, contained, more, you know, much more brief. There's a lot more brevity, or whatever. In terms of the lyrics, is a big change. The lyrics are much better on his third album, I think. Because I don't know, the zone of doing it at the time. And yeah, I don't know if there's much difference between the albums, really. One's better.
Awesome. I'm really excited to see it live because, well, I've only seen it live through YouTube, and it seems like the energy is amazing. Yeah. And I really want to see it here in Mexico City.
Yeah, we are so excited because actually Black Midi is one of the bands that we must play it on the radio.
Yeah, it's one of the most played bands.
Oh,
here.
really?
Yeah. And also, like when we went to the festival lineup release party, I remember that when Black Midi showed up, people started like screaming and clapping, and I was like, "Whoa! So many people are excited for Black Midi."
Yeah, I think there is a lot of expectation to see you guys live here in Mexico City. Not only, well, here in La Bestia is one of the most played bands, but I think it's like beginning to, you know, of course in the underground, but everyone knows Black Midi. Everyone likes Black Midi, and they're in the underground. So yeah, I think it's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
We can't wait.
So you'll have to do better than all your shows because people are more excited here than anywhere in the world. So be nervous. This
You
has
will
to
hear
be-
us.
Yeah, this has to be your best show ever. And
It will be. Every show is the best show ever.
Yeah.
and well, we still have like
It'll be the best show.
a segment here called Preguntas Cómodas, which translates to comfortable questions. This is for TikTok and Instagram.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there are some silly,
Yeah,
stupid
go for it.
questions, but really, really interesting ones. You have to think really hard to answer these questions. So, Fran has there the list.
Yeah, well, it's
like it.
actually just they are really dumb, stupid questions, and just, you know, answer whatever comes to mind. It's not a difficult test. Okay,
I like it. I like it.
cool,
Yeah.
man. Okay,
I like this sort of thing.
So-
Let's do it.
first one is, what's on your Spotify?
What's on my Spotify? Let's look right now. I'll give you live. Now I got the. Yesterday we were out dancing, so I had my salsa playlist. And then also I got Puccini, the Women of the West, or whatever it's called. His cowboy opera, and I have an album by the Brazilian guy. Did what with Milton messing into whatever the other guy, what's his name, Borges, whatever the fuck his name is. The album by him, which is really good. Called Avia Lactia or something, I don't know.
Okay,
Can't pronounce shit.
great. Okay, next question is, did MTV kill rock and roll?
No.
Next one is, if your last name was Kardashian, who would you date? Pete Davidson, Kanye, or Travis Barker?
Oh, obviously Kanye West.
Cool.
Yeah, that's like skeet, man. It's boring. And Travis Parker is just cringy, man. Kanye West is like, just joke. He's hilarious. He's living with a crazy man.
Okay, next one is, what you prefer better, Harry Styles or Dua Lipa?
Dua Lipa. Why not? Harry Styles is cringe, man. I don't like it. I don't like it where it's like, he's shit music, but he's trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm like a cool guy, I've got feelings and stuff. It's like, shut up, man, just make your pop music, I don't give a fuck. Dua Lipa, she's just doing her normal thing, you know. Sexy dancing and cool bangers, you know.
We were holding the laughter.
That was an awesome answer, man. Okay. Next one is, what do you prefer better, Minutemen or Primus?
They're both bands I think are cool. I'm never like crazy about them though. Probably Primus, I think. Yeah, a bit more. There's a bit more to it. I like the Minutemen as well. I both like them quite equally, to be honest. I'm not overly passionate about either of the two, but I think they're both good. Both good bands.
Cool. Next is, what's worst, Grammys or Billboards?
Either. You know, take your pick. You know, neither. Just boring, indifferent. You know, who cares?
Cool. What's worse, ukuleles or acoustic guitars?
Oh, it's got to be ukuleles, man. Because like acoustic guitars, like that's a big acoustic. It depends what kind of acoustic guitar you're talking about. If you're talking about the guy that's bringing an acoustic guitar to the party, playing like Oasis and stuff, it's like you can't really beat that. That's got to be like the worst thing of all time, man. But ukuleles. The acoustic guitars can be played well, you know. There's loads of amazing music with acoustic guitars, and it's like a whole wonderful thing. But ukuleles, are they ever good? I don't know, man. Maybe if you're like the proper Hawaiian guy, like going and singing your soul out, but like generally, man, they suck. They suck balls. They suck donkey balls.
Amazing.
All right.
Amazing. Okay, next one is what's worse, Machine Gun Kelly or Young Blood?
To be honest, I've never listened to either of them at all. Not a single song, so I got no idea. You know,
Well,
I don't know.
you are a lucky
Don't know
guy.
From Adam, man. Yeah, fair play.
Okay, next one is what do you prefer, Nardwuar or Howard Stern?
You know what? Like Howard Stern, yeah, he's like obviously a really messed up guy, and he's done some peak stuff, and like he was like some crazy dude. But some of the clips from the shows he used to do are nuts, man. When he used to have that little guy on it and stuff, and like you know, all these guys coming and doing crazy stuff. So he was jokes, to be honest. And but it's more of an American thing. You don't really see much of it in the UK. You see like little clips here and there on Facebook and stuff, but I can't really say I'm a Howard Stern aficionado. I don't know much about him really. And Nardwuar is kind of the same. He's on YouTube doing his thing. He's alright. I think they're both cool. I think they're alright. Probably Nardwuar is a much nicer guy, but in terms of their profession and their career and all that, it's kind of they're both doing their thing, whatever.
Cool. Okay, next one. What do you prefer, Liam Gallagher or Noel Gallagher?
Liam Gallagher, I think. 'Cause I don't like Oasis at all. I think they're shit. But like Liam Gallagher, I think they're one of the worst bands ever to make music ever. I think it's some of the worst songs. I hate these songs. Also because in England, like people just singing it. I was just like, oh, shut up, man. Wonderwall and all that. Oh, shut the hell up, man. But Liam Gallagher at least comes across like a pretty cool guy. He comes across like a nice dude, and like you know, he's got a cool voice. He can perform. Like he seems like a G, to be honest. Noel Gallagher just comes across like some miserable dude. He's just always moaning about everything. It's just the one, man.
Cool. Okay, next one. Ren and Stimpy or Beavis and Butthead?
I never watched either of them, man. I've never seen a single episode of either of those shows, so can't really say on that one.
Okay, next one is overrated or underrated? Noise.
Okay, why not? Like noise music or whatever.
Yeah.
Underrated because it's a sort of thing where it's like a bit of a joke a lot of the time and stuff. But I think there is really, if you give yourself into it and you know experience that stuff, there is a really mind-altering, amazing state you can get into. What kind of transcendental or whatever, hippie shit. But you know, I think there is kind of something to it where it's you have this. Completely understand what you're going into. I don't really, when I was young, I did a lot of stuff, but I never really listened to like proper noise music. It's more like the stuff I really like the most was stuff where it's using it with highbrow stuff in a cool ways, and stuff like Ground Zero is my favorite band to do kind of noise adjacent stuff. It's a Japanese band, so it's like very noisy but jazzy as well, and then cinematic and modern classical is all melded together.
Cool. Great. Okay, overrated or underrated guitar solos?
Underrated. Like a really good one is really gratifying, you know. So I in principle underrated, I think.
Overrated or underrated record labels?
Overrated. Most of the time they don't do that much. We've got a really good one, luckily Rough Trader, brilliant. But I think most labels is a lot of people, a lot of chances, a lot of idiots, and they kind of ruin a lot of music, ruin a lot of bands, and make everything into a market share conversation, and just loads of, there's infinite reasons why they're mostly absolutely terrible for music and for music fans and music makers, musicians, artists, whatever. It's equally abhorrent for both parties.
Cool. Okay, overrated or underrated fuzz pedals?
Fuzz pedals. I think a bit overrated, man. Like I like pedals and stuff. I think they're amazing pedals and fuzz pedals as well. But there's so many different types, and there's so many people put so much weight on it. Whether it's like get this pedal or get this pedal or get this pedal, but you just got to get whatever you want and just make it work, man. I mean, you're never gonna listen to your favorite music and think, oh wow, if only he was using this pedal, it would be 5 times better or whatever. And also it's a thing of the more pedals you have, the less control you have. The less it's like sound like yourself, and the more it'll just sound like this pedal. So a bit overrated, but I think they're still great, to be honest. But yeah.
Okay, great.
Nice answer.
Overrated or underrated reverend guitars?
I think they're underrated. I think they're really good. I mean, I don't. That's not. There's no sponsorship or anything. I never got any kind of relationship with them at all. But the guitar I have, the Barton guitar, is brilliant, and I've played a few other of their guitars here and there. I think they're really good. I mean, I don't think they even are underrated. They're well rated. People like them. I like them. I think they're great. Yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing. And this is the last question, and the most difficult one is, who's got the best hair? Boris Johnson or Donald Trump?
Huh?
Who's got the best haircut?
Oh, who's got the best hair? I think Donald Trump's haircut is much better. It's at least like, slightly kind of, there's a style. You can tell what he's going for. The Boris Johnson haircut is a bit like, I don't even know what the idea was, what the kind of, it's completely just bizarre. But the Donald Trump one is at least like funny and everything, is stupid, but at least you can kind of see, all right, I kind of see what's going for.
Amazing, Geordie. Thank you so much. Well, last, would you record a couple of radio IDs for La Bestia?
Oh, of course. Why not?
Okay, so first one is, hey, this is Geordie from Black Midi, and why the fuck aren't you listening to La Bestia Radio?
Oh, I like that. It's good. That's good. Okay. Hi, this is Geordie Greep from Black Midi. And why the fuck are you not listening to La Bestia Radio?
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
And last one is, hey, this is Geordie from Black Midi, and you're listening to our new album, Hellfire, on La Bestia Radio.
Okay, cool. Hi, this is Geordie Greep from Black Midi. And you're listening to our new album, Hellfire, on La Bestia Radio.
And well, I got a special request.
Okay.
Can you say, hi, this is Geordie Greep, and que chingue su madre el América? It's a soccer team. It says like, fuck that soccer team. El América is the name of the team. Que chingue su madre el América.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, repeat that slowly, please.
Que
What's it,
chingue
sorry?
su madre el
Que
América.
chingue Su madre America. What's it
Así
again,
es.
sorry?
Yeah, that was all right. Yeah.
Wait, give me one more time, sorry.
I'm gonna write it down here on the chat.
Oh, yeah, the chat. Yeah. Okay,
I'm gonna
nice.
write it so that you can spell it.
Yes, sounds good to me.
So you have to come when you come to Mexico. Come here. We have a studio.
Yeah.
We should do a session.
Yeah, we made just a session with a place to bury
Of course,
strangers, and yeah, it's great.
We have a cool place here.
Yeah.
You would like it, and it would be sick if you guys do a session here at La Bestia. We've done sessions with A Place to Bury Strangers, with The Drums, with Spoon, tons of bands.
Gang
So,
of Four.
It would-
Modern English.
yeah,
Terrific.
it would be sick to have Black Midi
Perfect.
here.
Yeah.
But yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
I
why
spelled it
not?
on the chat.
Oh, yeah, shall I do this then? Okay. So, hi, this is Geordie from Black Midi, and que chingue su madre el America.
Awesome! Thank you very much, Geordie.
Thanks, Geordie.
Thanks
Jordi,
for your time, bro.
Welcome, guys, man.
I'm gonna give you a heads up. When you come to Mexico, we're gonna call you Jorgito.
Oh, yeah? What does that mean?
It's Geordie in Spanish.
Oh, is it? Okay, if you say so, man.
Okay, Geordie, thank you so much. for your time and for answering all this stupid shit for us. It was so nice to have you here. And well,
it's a good interview.
See you on November for sure here.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, Geordie. Have a great day.
Yeah.